Picture this, a tiny silver box on your desk smaller than a dinner plate, quietly sitting there, and absolutely wiping the floor with computers 3 times its size and price. That's the Mac Mini. If you've been searching M5 Mac Mini or new Mac Mini 2024, here's the twist. That exact chip doesn't even exist yet. But the Mac Mini that does exist right now might be the smartest, most underrated computer you can buy in the US today. Before you spend a single dollar, listen all the way through, because by the end of this video, you'll know 3 things. Whether the Mac Mini actually fits your life, which version you should avoid at all costs, and the one upgrade that can make this tiny machine feel high-end for years. Why are people obsessed with a computer that doesn't even have a screen? Because the Mac Mini is basically Apple's build-your-own-setup Mac. It's a brain without a body. You bring the monitor, keyboard, mouse, and it brings the power. You plug it in, hit the power button, and it just disappears into your life. No giant tower on the floor, no loud fans, no RGB light show humming under your desk. It feels weirdly minimal, like your desk suddenly grew up. Inside this little box is Apple's M2 chip, the same kind of brain that's in their fancy MacBooks, but without the cost of a battery, a display, or all the laptop extras you might not even need. In normal English, that means you can edit 4K video for YouTube without feeling like your computer is dying. You can have Chrome, Spotify, Photoshop, and a dozen other apps open at once, and it doesn't flinch. You can run your business, your studies, your side hustle, and your entertainment on one tiny machine that barely gets warm. A few big games, a handful of 4K videos, a photo library, some apps, and suddenly you're juggling space and deleting things you wish you could keep. The sweet spot for most people is 512 gigabytes, and if you work with big video files or large projects, you'll probably want 1 terabyte and an external drive. So the ideal Mac Mini for most serious users is the M2 with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs. Or more of storage. Not the absolute base. Not the I'll make it work somehow version. Ain't. But the one that actually matches your real life. Now who is this thing actually for? Let's go through a few real-world scenarios, because this is where the Mac Mini either clicks for you or it doesn't. First, the work-from-home crowd. If you're tired of running your entire professional life from a tiny laptop screen, the Mac Mini is your exit door. Pair it with a big 27-inch monitor, or even 2 monitors, and suddenly emails, spreadsheets, Zoom calls, and your side project can all live on screen at the same time. No more window juggling, no more where did that tab go, because the Mac Mini is so silent and small, your desk starts to feel cleaner and calmer, and that has a real effect on how you work. People underestimate how much a good, simple setup can change how productive and focused you feel. Second, students. If you're in college or high school in the US and you're on a budget, but you want something that will last you through years of assignments, Zoom classes, research, writing, and maybe some creative stuff on the side, the Mac Mini is honestly one of the most cost-effective ways to get into the Apple ecosystem. Grab an affordable monitor from Amazon or Walmart, a basic keyboard and mouse, and you're set. You don't have to pay for a laptop battery, a trackpad, a fancy display, all the things that drive up MacBook prices. Third, creators, especially. People like you who are starting faceless YouTube channels. You don't see the computer on camera. Nobody cares what you're editing on. What you need is something that can handle heavy audio projects, render out 108p or 4K videos without waiting forever, and run editing software like Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve, or Premiere smoothly. The Mac Mini with M2 does that easily, and because it stays quiet. You're not fighting fan noise while recording voiceovers. But there's one group of people who should seriously think twice before buying a Mac Mini. If you move around a lot, if your desk is the kitchen table today, a coffee shop tomorrow, a campus library next week, a desktop might drive you crazy. You can't just snap it closed and walk away. You need power, a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, cables. It's a setup, not a grab-and-go machine. For those people, a MacBook Air or a MacBook Pro makes a lot more sense, even if it costs more upfront, because portability matters more than raw value. So ask yourself honestly, where do you actually use your computer 90% of the time? If the answer is at a desk, the Mac Mini is in the game. If the answer is everywhere, you may be trying to force a desktop into a laptop lifestyle. Now let's talk about something almost nobody thinks about before buying: ports. The Mac Mini still gives you more physical connectivity than most slim laptops. On the back, you get USB-C and Thunderbolt ports for fast drives and modern displays. USB-A ports for older accessories, HDMI for monitors or TVs, Ethernet for rock-solid internet, and a headphone jack. What that really means is flexibility. You can plug this into a cheap 1080p monitor today, then upgrade to a beautiful 4K display tomorrow without changing the computer. You can use wired internet for stable Zoom calls or online gaming. You can hook it to your living room TV and turn it into a media center. And that flexibility is what makes the Mac Mini such a long-term play. Your needs can change, your accessories can change, and the Mini just adapts. Now, let's address the M5 idea directly, because you might be thinking, should I just wait for some future superchip? Won't my Mac be outdated? There's always another chip coming, M3, M4, M5, M9. It never stops. If you're always waiting for the next one, you'll look up 3 years from now and still be using a slow laptop from 2016, wondering why your videos take an hour to export. The real question isn't what's the newest chip. It's, can this machine do what I need it to do, comfortably, for the next few years? And for most people, especially students, remote workers, small business owners, and creators, the current Mac Mini with M2 is already more than enough. You're not editing 2K Hollywood movies or running crazy 3D simulations. You're writing, browsing, editing, emailing, coding, designing, and creating content. For that, the Mac Mini is not just enough, it's overkill in a good way. Imagine your actual day. You wake up, sit down at your desk, and hit the power button. In seconds, the Mac is ready. No loud fan spin up, no buzzing, no heat blasting at your hands. You open your browser, 10 tabs deep, music playing in the background, messages pinging, a couple of documents open, maybe Final Cut or Premiere, and the background with a 4,000 video timeline ready to go, and the machine still feels calm. No drama. At lunch, you switch to photo editing or coding, or maybe some light gaming with Apple Arcade, or a few titles from Steam that support Mac OS. After dinner, you plug in an external SSD and back up your projects at full speed through Thunderbolt. The whole time that little silver box doesn't move, doesn't complain, doesn't demand attention, it just works. And that's really the magic here. The Mac Mini isn't flashy. You're not buying it to impress people at Starbucks. You're buying it because you want a powerful, stable, quiet brain for your setup that doesn't cost MacBook Pro money. So should you buy it? If you mostly work at a desk, want a clean, powerful setup, already have or can easily buy